Hey guys, it's Airsoft Fatty. I'm trying to get a little bit more light over here. Sorry, I'm professional. Let's see this out. A little light. You can tell there's a little flashlight there. But there's of course a reason. Welcome to my series of motivational videos. I've officially started a new diet and exercise routine. And I know what a lot of people are going to think right now. This is stupid, this is ridiculous. Why are you doing a motivational video when you haven't lost the weight? And I'll tell you why. Too many motivational videos, at least from what I've looked up, have either been rip-offs of the MLK speech, I Have a Dream, or have been a guy who's reached his goal and never showed the journey. So at least once a month, I'm going to be uploading a video. Just kind of in this fashion, talking about the journey so far, how it's been, what it's been like to have these changes, and how it's been doing. And I figured my first video, I would use it more to explain how I've gotten so large. So first let me say my current starting weight. As of starting this diet, well, not even diet. When you call it a diet, it makes it a derogatory term. Don't call it a diet when you're trying to lose weight or better your health. Call it rewriting your book. Because as of now, my current situation, my book will end before I turn 30. So before chapter 30 in my book, I'll be dead. My current weight is 482. I'm diabetic, and it's very hard to keep my sugar under control. I have a lot of pain throughout the day because of the weight. So, as I said, I want to kind of just talk about the journey so far this past week, and then dove into what this video really is, which is kind of the intro. So this week, I've been really starting to cut back on food intake. Going from a whole plate of dinner to maybe half a plate of dinner. Trying to cut pot completely out of my diet. So, there you go, that's kind of the big overview. I'll be more in-depth during the times I do overviews, because it won't be an intro video, but basically I'll talk about what I've been doing. Maybe I'll even do just a simple while I'm walking out there. Because right now my scheduling is by 3:33 in the afternoon, I am out for an hour and 11 minutes. 3:33 to 4:44 out there walking. And the reason I use such a weird time is because I want to keep myself consecutive on this. So let's make it at times that are consecutive in numbers. And I know a lot of people don't have that ability, but I have that personal ability. So, go ahead. So, without ado, let's start with this video. This is kind of the motivational one, so here you go. I kind of want to start towards the beginning of the weight gain. You see, I was always a bulkier dude. I had always had weight problems and always had a hard time with speed. As in running, not the drug. But I always kept myself athletic and happy. And I never gave up. After my father died, as of December 20th, 2008, I looked for something to comfort me. And at first, I took comfort in my friends. But I ended up switching schools. And being in a totally new school didn't help. So I turned to food. as a way to kind of combat my depression. You would think, being young, my mother being smart and a health freak herself, I'd be eating home-cooked meals, and I did. That's the thing, we had home-cooked meals every day. But I would always sneak at night to get extra food. When she was asleep, I learned. I got good at what I did. First couple of times, I got caught. But after a while, I got so good that I could sit there and eat a whole half-gallon of ice cream and get away with it. And it got bad. So let me give you guys a good idea and a good picture of where I started out by using my plaques from when I first started my high school career, or middle school career. This photo is year 1 after my father died. Sixth grade year, Christopher LaFawn. I'll never forget that year. I was depressed, desperate, had no friends in a new school district, and everyone started hating on me. The jocks, the girls, everyone kind of hated me in that school, and I didn't feel welcomed. So, of course, I turned to food. Now, it was at this time that I started bottling my feelings and emotions, which helped fuel my hunger. At this time, this me lost control one day. What happened was, we had a sign in art to do a picture for our fathers for Father's Day. And for some reason, this kid decided to pick on me. Why aren't you making a picture for your dad, you fag? Oh, why not? And I flipped. I chucked 2 bar stools across the room and then flipped a almost 300-pound marble table. So we had the heavy set tables. This, Chris, the beginning of my downfall. Now, a lot of in these pictures, I'm wearing a black shirt, so to distinguish, you can see kind of words on this one. The other two look more similar. This guy right here, this face, chucked a 300-pound table out of anger. That says how much strength and how much I kept myself in line at the time. But of course, I had to bottle everything up. I got lucky. I didn't get suspended or expelled for it. And well, time moved on. A year later, start up. 7th grade year, Christopher LaFawn. You can see the weight coming on. You can see I'm getting bigger. At that time, I started making a handful of friends. Mainly the fringes and people no one would talk to. But still, I made friends. But I didn't feel like I belonged. And I really started turning to comfort food by this time. It was always food. But it was never as bad until this time. Around this time, I had started applying to get my moped license. And it wasn't, of course, till 8th grade year. As you can see, a drastic change in weight. Christopher LaFawn, 8th grade year, got my moped license. I was pushing 335 pounds when I first got it, and I loved riding it all through the summer. This me earned himself a beautiful girlfriend at the time. Beautiful, loving, caring woman. And she was an old friend. We dated for a while. And for a time, this young man lost weight. Felt something. Had a girlfriend that had the perfect figure. the perfect bubbly attitude, and kept him about this. I still gained weight. I still on and off snuck and got food. And because of the moped, I had access to out food like McDonald's, Burger King. Cheaper foods that I could take $20 a week, put $5 in for gas, and I'd still have $15 to go play around with. But this Chris had the motivation part. Had the girl to push himself to do it. But he didn't. So we move on. I don't have any more pictures for you guys. Because you're looking at him. Freshman year starts. And immediately I start getting bullied by 2 girls. For video's sake, and because I don't need people white knighting for me, I'm not going to expose their real name. We'll call them Jennifer and Jane. Jennifer and Jane hugely harassed me. One of them even sexually harassed me. And it was devastating, because I was conscious about my body. I didn't like the way I was. Some of the football players started sympathizing with me, but I know it was out of pure looking and saying, this pathetic fat fuck. So, of course, freshman year, we get the chance to have 3 lovely children in our lives. Get the chance to foster them and then possibly adopt them. And it was great. Sophomore year comes in. Well, this is where it got bad. This is where I got this. I had lost the moped due to being too big, and I was pushing 410 pounds. I went in that day, and those 2 same girls from the year before would bully me came right after me during the first quarter testing. I finished my test. I went to the principal's office, filed a report to the school officer, and this was their response. Because you are a male and you are putting a report on females, we have to deny you. Just like men cannot be raped by women, males cannot be harassed sexually, verbally, physically by any woman. Then they spent the next 2 hours bombarding me, telling me the victim, the person who only a week ago just tried to hang himself, making him out to be the villain, telling me I'm the problem of the school, telling me I'm the reason the school isn't hitting top percentage of the Michigan schools. I technically should have sued the principal and the Lakeview School District because of it. But I didn't push it. I was in tears for 2.5 hours. They locked me in the conference room, bombarding me with hate. I'm going to have to make this a 2-parter, so